Welcome to the instructional handover video for the Chausson Titanium Premium 650. So this one's based on the Ford. It's on the automatic, comes with the alloy wheels as standard. Back of the driver's door we have the external barbecue point, so that's fitted just underneath there and it just clips in place just there. Then we have the habitation door. This works off central locking. You'll see that this particular model's been fitted with an awning. They're not standard, and it's a 3-metre awning on this particular vehicle. We've got the fridge vents. You can buy covers for these as well. Back of the rear driver's tyre, you'll see there's a little sticker that indicates where your waste handle is there, and it simply is the black handle that pulls and slides open the valve at the bottom of the wastewater tank, and the water will discharge from the plastic grey pipe. Above that we have the toilet cassette. So standard Thetford, lift up the handle, make sure the valve inside is closed. That will release the unit, unscrew the cap and make sure that you press the little orange button to dispense the water that's in that area. Just make sure before you set off that it is just clicked back in place by lifting up the handle and slotting it in the little groove there. Close it and then lock it with the key. It's one key for all the lockers, and again you can manually open that habitation door with the same Chausson key. To open it, pull the handles open, and behind you have a little door retainer just up there which will hold the rear garage door in place. In the garage area we have external sockets for both 12 and mains. We have the sliding door compartment, and in here is where you will see the extra cushions for making up the bed. We've got the external screen for the front of the vehicle that comes as standard, carpets, your netting, the awning pull for opening and closing the awning, your toolkit, compressor, mains cable, and you can also see that in the garage area it has got a vent where it blows the heating into the area as well. Towards the back of the vehicle we've got your bike rack mounting points and your reverse camera. We've also got the Truma boiler vent high up there, so if you're wanting to use the water heater on gas you will need to remove that vent to use it, otherwise the system will come up with a red light failure. Opening this side, same way, and this side shows basically the storage hatches just there. Also in this bottom cupboard here, it is where your drain valve is located. So in the up position like that, it is draining down the water system. To fill up the water system, this is for your boiler basically. So you'll need to just put that in place just like that, or it can be pointing that way. That is in the usable position. To drain it down, simply need to lift it up. And that just goes behind the panel that is just there and just velcros into place for the storage. In front of that we've got the external shower point, so that is located there. You do get the hose that comes with that as well, and it's a bayonet fitting. And then in this area here, this is where your main service locker is located. So one side is your electric, so your main RCD box and your fuses. And to the right hand side we have your water filler. So basically you fill it up with the hose pipe by removing the little black screw thread. You've got an access point if you do want to get inside and clean the tank. And we've got a little valve at the bottom here, which is just explained on the door sticker. You can set it to a minimum or a maximum level depending on what you want to put the tank level up to. You'll see there's also another sticker there, and that basically is telling you that underneath here basically you have two pipes that come down, and one of the pipes will have a black push fit on, and that is your drain for your fresh water. So that's what that is indicated. That is your main drain for your fresh water. Yeah, so to empty it you'll need to pull the little push fitting off, and to fill it up you'll need to put it on. In front of that we've got your mains point, so that's your mains electric into the vehicle. And then in front of that again we've got your gas locker which comes with the regulator mounted in, and the vehicle is also supplied with the pigtail. In front of that we have got two opening bits so the door's got to be open, and this is for your diesel and your AdBlue. So that's just located just inside the pillar, and when you close the habitation door, or the driver's door, sorry, passenger door, it will then lock that, so there's no key needed for doing that. The bonnet itself can be opened using the key, and literally it tells you on the front there's instructions, 1 turn and then 2 turn, and that will allow you to lift up the bonnet of the vehicle. Underneath here it's pretty clearly marked, so screen wash, oil, dipstick, little sticker telling you where your negative point is, and a red sticker telling you where you're positive. You've also got your steer there. To pop it back down, just remove the stanchion from there, release that down and remove the key. So that's the outside of the vehicle. Let's move on inside. So on the door itself, it is fitted with a fly screen, and we also have a blind. To lock it when the door is closed, you just press that in, and that will lock the door manually from the inside. Inside the vehicle, you've got your main control panel just left hand side of the door, and you turn the power on by pressing the left hand button there, so it illuminates green. What you'll also need to do is then press a button at the side of it, and that will turn on the power to the lights. The lights will turn off individually, and there's several light switches around the vehicle to turn off the several lights in the different areas. One that we always tell you about that tends to be forgotten is just underneath the bathroom cabinet. That turns off the backlight for the bathroom and shower area. The button next to it is the pump button. So when that's pressed, your water pump will start and get up to pressure, and then once it's up to pressure, it will turn off. Obviously make sure that you've got water in the system before you do that. And to check if you've got water, you'll need to press and hold the button just at the bottom there, and that will tell you what water level is in your freshwater tank. The next button on the top is the awning light. That turns on the external light. And then on the bottom row with 4 again, we've got a battery level for the leisure, a battery level for the engine, a freshwater level, and these are all indicated on this left hand side here for the fresh. When the wastewater is full, that will have an indicator to tell you there as well. And then lastly, the bottom right hand button is your brightness, so you'll see that the actual control panel will dim or brighten depending on how you want it. To the left hand side of it is your diesel heating. So this is your Burstner heater. So quite simply, turn the unit on and you'll see the little arrow will light up. Regulate the temperature from hot to cold, and then when you're not using it, turn the switch off. Now you will see on this that the lights will flicker when you're initially starting it. It is very common and not unusual for it to do this. We do advise you if you're wild camping to start this up with the engine running, just to stop that drain from the actual 12-volt battery. And we also, if you're on mains, just plug it into mains. It'll just stop any of that discharge coming from the 12-volt battery, but it simply just works off the diesel. You can use it, like I say, in motion. You can use it when you're wild camping, or you can use it when you're plugged into mains electric. So that's your heating, that's your main control panel switches. In the cupboard above the kitchen is where you will find your boiler controls. And there's 2 controls. There's one that says Truma Boiler EL, and that's the far right, and one that just says boiler. The EL is electric. You'll see on this that there's 3 different options. The circle being off, and then on the electric you've got 1 kilowatt up and 2 kilowatt down, and on the gas you've got 50 and 70 being the temperature of the water. So make sure, like I say, you take the cover off if you're using the gas, and that's the left hand side. If you're using the electric, you're okay to leave the cover on, but just make sure obviously that you are plugged into electric and your gas is turned on before you are selecting these options for your water heater and more importantly that you have shut that little yellow valve that I've shown you previously on the vehicle. So once the yellow valve's filled up or shut and your water tank is full, you'll want to then turn your tap to the desired position, and you'll see that the taps are marked just on the side, hot and cold. Pull it to the hot, turn on the pump and pull the water through the boiler. First it will spit and spurt, and then you'll be able to pull it through and select the heating temperature for your water. So that's the water sorted out. We've got just behind the seat here is where you will find your battery charger. There is really nothing that you need to do with this, and that can be found by lifting up the seat cover. Just there. You can use it for storage, but just be careful of the heater pipes if you are doing that. So, towards the middle, we've got your fridge, and we want to turn the unit on by pressing and holding the button. It is an automatic function, but you can manually select the gas, the automatic function, the mains plug-in point, and your battery option. The battery option will only work when the engine is running. So make sure that you're correctly selecting the best source that you're on, or let it source it for you by selecting the electric option. If you want to turn the temperature down, then you'll use this next button here, and it also has a fan that blows around the freezer to stop the seal from sticking. Once open, you'll see that it lights up, so you'll know that it's on, and the little indicator will stay on lit just in the background. When you want to turn it off, press and hold it, and the unit will go off and the lights will disappear from underneath here. The travel catchers are located just here on the freezer door and on the top of the fridge, and they just hook into the 2 points here. And you also have a lock button just at the bottom for when you're in transit. This particular model is fitted with a TV bracket. To open the TV bracket, you press that little button and slide it out, and you'll see that you've got mains and aerial sockets fitted above. They don't come with aerials, so you'll need to look at this option should you want to watch TV. In this side, there's another 12-volt socket just up there, and that's located is generally where we put the TV brackets in these vehicles. The toilet cassette has an indicator to tell you when it's full. So we do fill the vehicles with fresh water on test. To fill it and flush it, you'll press the blue button, and then what you'll need to do is, when you're wanting to use a toilet, there is a little slider valve here, which you slide open, and then to use it and close it when you're wanting to remove the toilet cassette, or just when you're wanting to finish what you're doing. Like I say, the blue button is the flush button, and we've got a heater vent just above there. Above, we've got a storage pocket just there. Make sure that these are pressed in transit, and the same just underneath here. We've got a little drawer. They are soft close, so let them close and then press the button in. Again, just recapping, there is your light switch for this area. We've got your window, which has your blind and your fly screen. All the windows are exactly the same. The front ones have the nettings, which are set up there, or they can go up like they are on that side. The mirror slides, so you've got storage just there, and then slides back when you're wanting to use the window. The buttons here will show the rear storage area. There's the duckboard that can go into the bottom of the shower. It's up to you if you use it, and the scatter cushions that come with it. And then we've got the new slide out drawers fitted to the 2021 season vans, and the little storage area at the back. So this has changed from the previous year. I mentioned earlier you've got the sliding door, so this will give you access to the garage area. And then this will close off. The shower door is magnetic, so it just magnetises on. You've got your full shower hose there with the new bracket fitted. We've got your fly screen and blinds on the windows. You've also got a towel or coat holder that comes down. But nice size shower area. Forward into the kitchen area, we've got the Thetford electric and 2 gas option. This also does a grill and an oven. pretty similar to a lot of the domestic options that we're using at home at the moment. Storage in the kitchen, we've got the area underneath here and the new bin holder, and above that we've got the utensil drawer for all your belongings. USB point, twin ones fitted there, and the main socket is also fitted there. Table is electric and it goes up and down by pressing the switch. The first thing that you must remember to do is at the front of the cab there is a location here which is also your manually winding option if the bed fails. So behind there is the motor, and you'll put the key in that's supplied to you, which allows you to wind it down. Generally you won't need to use this, and the key needs to be in place and in the position that you see there. That allows both the switches for the table to be dropped. Again, this can make up into a bed as well, so you'll just need to slide it into the correct position, and then the cushions are almost sort of self-explanatory on this particular model. And then the next option is the bed. So when that's held in, then you can bring the bed down. If you were wanting to use it in the higher position, as the instructions say here, the ladder will be put in place so that it is touching the floor, and then you have locking pins that lock it in place. If you then want to put it all the way down, just make sure that there's no obstructions in the way. So let's move the Chausson pack and then carry on pressing it down. You don't need to move the side cushions, but you will need to move anything else that's going to obstruct it from dropping down. And if the bed starts to move at any funny angles, generally because it's hitting something, push it back up, find out what the obstruction is, and then just remove that obstruction. So good sized double bed, you've got access to get out of the door, and you've got plenty of room to sit up and read should you want to do that. So remember, in two different positions, it is clearly marked on the edge of the bed, and your ladders, which are supplied with the vehicle, just go onto little grey fittings. The light for underneath the bed turns on and off just there on the entrance, and you've got another light under the kitchen which turns off with a little black fitting there. The seats on this particular one, they utilise the Chausson Smart Lounge, so they quick release by turning that little lever and lifting it up, just like so, and then you use the two larger pillars and cushions on this side to make up that seat. They are Isofix as well on the Chausson, so quite unique, but quite a good selling point. And that becomes your travelling seat there, and it does exactly the same on that side there. At the front we've got some light switches that turn on and off here, plenty of storage pockets just located there. The cab comes with the Remis cab blinds, so these are just pinched together and moved along. And then we are on the automatic cab, steering wheel controls, and this has got the Connect Exent unit. We have a separate video running for the Exent unit, so I will send you this separately as well, so you'll know how to work that. Above we've got your large opening flash screen, which has a flash screen and a blind on it, and it is opening, so you need to loosen all the window stays and then wind the handle to open it up. You'll need to wind the handle on the centre roof light as well, and that also comes with a flash screen and a blind on there. When leaving the vehicle, you will need to turn off the power completely, just like that. And then when you come back in, if you've left the lights on, you can do, or you can turn them off individually, just like that. We do advise when you're charging the vehicle at home that you do leave this power button on. That allows the battery to charge up from your mains plug. When you're off mains electric, just make sure that that's turned off, and then the power will stop charging the vehicle. But I hope you've enjoyed our instructional video of the Titanium Premium 650. We hope you enjoy your new motorhome. Look forward to your feedbacks and your comments. Thank you.